In SolidCAM 2008, we've added a new type of documentation which gives us a more vivid explanation of what we actually have within this particular all these operations that we have here. If I were to go to CAM part and choose documentation, we have here the new option called tool sheet. Now within this tool sheet, first we can also add any icon we want to our tool sheet by simply going to our browse and choose the icon that we need for our documentation. In addition, we have the area called section. In this area, we can choose what we want to see within our documentation, whether we want the main page, the tool table, operations, fixtures, one of these, or just all of them in one type of documentation. In addition, we've added parameters. What these parameters do is very simple. If I were to add a parameter, a new line, I can add onto my location of a new page. I can simply say part number, and I'll write down part number. In addition to this, I can add another part to my parameters and change this to the header. That in my header, I want to have something else written there, such as programmer, and I write down the word programmer. Now, in my part number, I can say I want to have the part number as 257JU. And as my programmer, I write down the person who's programming the part, and I write down the name, for example, Joseph. Let's write down Joseph. In addition, we also have part notes. For example, if I want to add a note that says break all sharp edges, I'll very simply write down in this area over here, break all sharp edges. Now, when I do the actual documentation, you'll see when I do generate, what is happening at this moment is the program is actually scanning the part itself and all the tools that I have in, all the operations, and we'll put all of this into our documentations, as we'll shortly see. As you can see now within this documentation, we have here now also, first of all, our programmer, Joseph, our part number, as you can see over here, and also the note that I've added is also added right at the bottom of the picture. Plus we see our entire part with full graphic picture. This is our main page over here. If I were to go down now, again, you'll also note that we have our icon. And on every page, we also have the general picture of the part. But in addition, now we're on our tool table documentation, and you can see all the tools that we have there together with their holders, all the information, whether it be the diameter, how much it's outside of the holder, cutting length, all the information that we need about the tools. If I were to go even further down, you'll note that after the tools we have our operation summary. We have a list of all the operations that we have, what each operation is, the tool numbers within each operation, and if I were to be using transform in that particular operation, I'd see it marked over here, or if I had any messages, I'd also see that over there. If I continue going down, we can see our fixtures, and we have a complete picture of our fixture within this documentation. After I've done this, I can also do something called quick review. If I want to just see quickly certain parts of my documentation, again, I can go into my documentation and go into show last tool sheet. By showing last tool sheet, I can say now, okay, all I want to see is just my tool table. So I'll just activate tool table. All this information is still here, and I'll say show. Now this goes a lot quicker now because my tool table already exists. And we go directly to our tool table, showing me all the options or everything that I have in my tool table. And by the way, you should note that this is actually a PDF file and can be printed as any other PDF file can be done.